King 7-4 on the flop. Alexandru needs an ace to survive here. Jack could give 2 additional outs. Ace on the turn. There it is. Alexandru making the best hand in this 8.3 million chip pot. Alex now needs a queen. But what's up, everyone tuning in? It looks like the Galthon challenge is done for the day. It seems as if Phil lost a tiny bit, like 10K or something like that. I saw he was up early to start the day, but, you know, not the worst day of the challenge for sure. Hopefully he can bring it back. Welcome anyone tuning in that is popping to the stream from that stream. We are watching about another 50 minutes or so of the Caribbean Poker Party Day 3 coverage. This was originally aired on Poker Go, but it's been released by Party Poker now on their YouTube channel, so we're just adding our own commentary and flair to it. It's down to 72 players. You can type !payouts and see how much that is. I think it's 30K now, but it should be up to 35K soon. See if I can find it. !payouts. Actually, no. So we just hit the pay jump. It's up to 35,000 now. The next pay jump is at 48th place, which will be to 40,000. So yeah, just doing a little live poker commentary, sweat a little bit first before we get in the online session. And tonight we had the Twitch Open on Party Poker, $11 buy-in, and we'll be playing things like the $320 Gladiator, etc.
I think people just,
yeah.
I think we went through a trend for a while where everyone defended everything.
So I think just raise call here, 1.9 million in the middle. King in the window. Sergi takes the lead with the king queen. Alex, not a disaster flop for Jacks. It's not the best flop in the world, but it's okay too. Check from Sergi. Now Alex is going to want to bet on flops like this quite a bit. With his actual hand, I bet he likes playing a small pot and checking. But the important thing here is that he has a range advantage. And he's relatively deep. So I think he could go for it again, but it goes check, check. Goes check, check, which is, you know, good against this hand. Something he probably wants to do. 10 of clubs on the turn. So now he's got an open ender as well as the pair of jacks. Yo, Rand, what's up, bro? Good to see you, Rand Corp in the house.
To be honest, when they flat here, you give them a lot of king queen suited. I think Alex thinks that.
Right, especially when you've got 2 jacks in your hand.
Yeah, exactly. Some ace 9 suited.
I don't really play any chess, Gonzo Bone. I'm sure I would like it, but I just haven't really looked into it. I don't have a ton of time to get into it at the moment. Claustrophobia, happy to inform you I'm back at the grind, close to going full-time as a cash game player. Amazing, man. That's great. Keep it going. All right, Alex is going to bet 875. That's good, dude. You've been on a long journey, so I hope it works out.
I would just bet.
All right, betting a call to the river. 10 of diamonds. This is probably a check-check situation. Sergi checks. Alex is pretty thin to go for value here, right? You lose any king, any 10. So he does check back. He's going to see the bad news of the king-queen. There it is.
He might think he's got there on the river.
The day ends at 24 people. Yes, it does. We are going to play down to 24 people, but we're not going to be able to stream the whole thing because we got the Twitch open. So we're going to play some online tournaments tonight. I think the next time we will stream this will be at some point next week. The final day we should be doing Thursday and Friday morning next week. So just follow the channel, hit the follow button in the top corner, and you'll be able to get notifications when we go live and stuff and when we're gonna play.
I wish people would say, like, could you just pay attention, mate? Like, I don't want to have to regale every hand to you.
Playing a Sadie for a main event for the PA PokerStars Winter Series at 3. Any advice on Sadie's strategy? 1 ticket's at the pass, but there was only like 60 people max. This Sadie has 359 people in it. It's not about winning chips, it's about surviving. So just always got to keep that in mind. Survival, 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 survival. That's it. So you're not necessarily trying to gain chips. You're just trying to extend your life in the tournament. Hey, we got Alexandru back on the table. We were watching him a little bit yesterday. He is back, my Canadian brother. What's up, man? Sitting on 4 million. He needs a bit of help, but he's alive.
I look like he might fold. think that's a fold.
Can't call it 13 bigs. can we?
Should I act sick at work so I can go home and play the Twitch Open?
The cutoff, certainly.
From Getting So's. Chat, he needs some advice. Please, chat, help.
I mean, if you plug
What do you think, chat? Should he do it or not? All in with the ace 10 here for 4 million. Action back on Mark. We can see they both have the same hand, but it's not, you know, Mark has to call. Mark has to call for this to be a showdown.
I mean, just let it go.
No, it's a fold. Okay. Alex calls in the big blind with queens against the ace 10.
A little unfortunate.
We just got Alexandru back to the table, and now it's looking like a rip here, man.
not looking good.
We saw that ace folded. Alex's latest.
Uh-oh. At least he's in the money, you know? It's like, you got 35K locked up. It's not like it's been an unsuccessful trip. You're not happy, but it's okay. King 7-4 on the flop. Alexandru needs an ace
Jack for the sweat.
to survive here. Jack could give 2 additional outs. Ace on the turn. There it is. Alexandru making the best hand in this 8.3 million chip pot. Alex now needs a queen and only a queen. Oh, it's a queen.
That's why you don't
It's a queen. GG to Alexandru.
Oh,
Alex wins the pot the tough way, though. Way behind on the turn. Gets it back at the river. The best hand wins, chat. That's it. 8.3 million.
You're like, oh wow, I might actually have a chance in this tournament.
yeah.
Nope.
Thought it was coming on a turn.
This is Alex Foxon. Alex Foxon.
Getting so's. There's a lot of advice in the chat. What are you gonna do, man? It's an interesting
You just
one.
gotta make way. There's only, the table's only big enough.
I will say the Twitch Open has
He's just proved who's
a bit of late registration. You've got some time to late reg, so you don't have to be there for the start. 2 hours of late reg, I think.
What surprises me that Alex Foxton's such a nice guy because he just looks like he shouldn't be.
Well,
he
it's
looks
the stare,
menacing and
isn't it?
intimidating.
Yeah, it's the stare that makes him like it's. He goes from menacing to friendly in a split second. You know?
Actually, that was one of my favourite moments doing commentary was Alex and Kristen Bigman, his girlfriend, on the same table in a 25k.
John under the gun with the ace 7. He's gonna pass.
Right.
And they got in a pot.
Philip Gruesome with ace 10. Probably a hand he's gonna play here.
Just like,
I'd be playing it.
even his own girlfriend is not exempt from the stare down.
Just relax, buddy.
It was incredible.
Pulls around to Sergi in the cutoff with the king 10. It's a maybe one, that king 10. Gives it up.
What one of the Pokemon
Yeah.
Jonathan Fulls as well. Ice Splash Cranberries in the chat. That's the man right there. That's who it is. Ice Splash Cranberries in the 8 seat. Another pot for Philip Gruesome.
It's the biggest win, I believe.
Fresh off a final
Philip Gruesome's awesome, man. I love it. He's trolling at the table, dude. He's a goofball at the table. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Just before.
I want to be friends with Philip Gruesome.
She's been banging on the door for a while.
How's there no delay with cards up, Liaggio? So this is the Caribbean Poker Party 2019. Me and you are no delay, but this tournament has already happened in the past.
I don't expect myself to be.
Time to podcast back later if we finish at a decent time. All right, Renclaw, cool, man. We're going to be playing online poker when you get back.
biggest cashes out.
We're going to switch to online poker in about 40 minutes here.
Not quite got the juice when you need it right at the end.
Probably about 30 minutes, actually.
Biggest cash, well, less than 10% of the total.
Scott raises it up to 650. Action on John now in the big line. Pretty short here. Only has 4 million to start the hand. 4.2 million. There you go. 14 bigs. And now action back on Scott in the cutoff. Gives it up. We can see he did have the best hand, but I think it's a reasonable assumption to make. We've seen John play pretty tight at this table, so I can't blame Scott for folding there.
The table and didn't know anything about him. I think, oh, I'm going to run this guy over. But
Speaking of podcasts, I want to throw a quick plug out there. I did a podcast this week with
you have to make it
Mike Sexton, who is a legend of the game of poker. It was such an honor to speak with him. So that's out on the Party Poker Live YouTube channel. It's going to be on my YouTube channel soon as well, I hope. So please check it out. It's a great podcast, great conversation, I think. There it is. Ed's got it in the chat. There we go.
How do you pronounce that last name? Gorsuch.
Gorsuch, I think we'll go with. Why not?
It's just Gorsuch. It's not Gorsuch.
John is our short stack on 13 bigs, and then it's quite a jump up to Jonathan Cranberries in the chat. Scott Margarison is on 42 million, which is just 107 big blinds now, but quite a big stack. Alec Foxon crushing it. Philip Gruesome crushing it. It's been a nice table to watch. It's been enjoyable. We've seen a lot of really great decisions from Scott and Alex Foxon, both Margarison and Foxon. They've been just bang on, both of them. It's been great to see. Sup, my man? Sup, Mr. Knox? Yesterday I played a $1 buy-in, got a final table, but ended 9th for 15 bucks. Hey, that's a 15x you're buying, though. Not bad. Put yourself in a spot, dude. Come join us on Party Poker. Our final tables are 8, man. Come on, bro.
That's good. That's good.
Congrats on the success, though, man.
Just because you win a load of money doesn't mean you should just start jumping in higher stakes.
Are you finding everything in the KO series or being more selective this year, Jamie? Well, we don't have a team online point competition this year, so I'm not going to be firing like the $2 events or the $5 events. So I'll probably keep tables pretty chill, but play most of the high stuff. I won't skip much. So we'll be playing some 1Ks. We'll be playing the occasional 2K, a lot of 530s, 320s and stuff. But I'll skip some of the really small events.
Oh, I'm going back to sleep, he says.
But it's going to be a lot of fun, dude. We're starting up tomorrow at, I think 14:30 is the first one.
It's almost like a needle, unintentional.
15:30, so 3:30 p.m. UK. In 20 hours from now, we'll be starting up tomorrow. Should be fun. Is your bankroll known? Only to me. Poker boy. Only to me.
What a great looking hand.
Alex Foxton's going to raise it up with the 10-8 of hearts. We see Jonathan looking down at ace-8 in the cutoff. We can see he has the best hand, but I think a fair folds. It's not a very playable hand. You know, unlucky for him, he was actually against a hand that he's dominating, but a lot of times he isn't, and he's dominated, and he can lose big pots. So I think a normal fold there. All the way around to mark of the big blind. Ace of spades, 3 hearts. I think he's going to defend. We've seen him defend a lot of hands, including queen 5 offsuit. So ace 3 offsuit I think is going to be in his wheelhouse. There it is, a call. Bikar also knows your bankroll, right? Yeah, she knows the bankroll too. True. My mom knows my bankroll. My friend Matt Weiber, who helps keep me the books, and my accountant knows my bankroll. Probably my brothers too, ish. That's about it. that's the people in the world that know the bankroll. There's about 7. Check. Whoa, Alex Foxon turning the nuts. Now Mark has something, has a pair, and a pair is decent. Heads up, you know, it's something. But we can see Alex Foxon has a complete lock on this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 straight.
I think more when there's a flush draw. Like rainbow, you can bet quite a lot actually. The thing is, when you check back the flop, you don't leave yourself with loads of bluffs either. Like if he's got king queen here, is he just gonna start barreling?
Here comes the bet.
What other bluffs?
1,550,000. Action back on Mark now. This is the frustrating part about being out of position. You're getting such a good price, but now you face really tough situations.
Ace 5, ace 4.
You have a bottom pair. He doesn't know he's up against a straight. He could be good here. He doesn't want to be bluffed.
This is tough. This is tough.
That's a call. There it is. We see the call. We're going to the river here. Which is a jack of spades. Alex Foxen still has the stone nuts, the best possible hand on this river, and Mark still has bottom pair with top kicker. Can Alex get another bet out of Mark here? Does Mark not believe? One of the things that may make him suspicious is this jack is scary. It's a scary card when you have a 9 or when you just have a 7, right? It's not a card you're often going to bet. So if Alex bets, he's saying, hey, I got 2 pair or better, basically. Or I have ace jack and I bluff the turn, or like queen jack or something. But then again, Mark does have to remember, like, hey, I do have bottom pair with the top kicker. My opponent can just have a better hand. You know, it's just, there's a lot of better hands. They could just have one of those. It's totally possible. Odunzo dropping the 5-month resub. Welcome back to the team, Odunzo. Thank you very much for your support, man. The message is cheers, and cheers back at you, man. Thank you. So now Mark, Mark doesn't want to fold. He's not happy about this. Gives it up. Good fold, Mark. Good fold. Did put it in dead on the turn, but didn't compound the mistake. Foxen is up to 30,100,000. Chunks.com. Bit of a stack. Action on Scott. Under the gun, our table chip leader. 42 million.
That's a lot of chips.
This tournament was 2019. 2019.
Structure's pretty good for a 4-day.
Late November, so not that long ago. 3 months ago or so.
It's kind of hard, yeah.
Jonathan folds to John in the cutoff, who passes as well. Yo, PSR, what's up, man? At my live table now, let's go. Get the win. Wherever you're playing right now, PSR, get the win tonight, dude. Philip's going to raise to 900K. Mark folds, and now Sergi looks down at ace-8. It's a good hand, especially against just a button raise, so I would expect a continuation here from Sergi. Somehow, either a call or a 3-bet, but let's see what happens. It's a call. Going to the flop. 2.4 million in the middle. We can see Philip Gruesome has the worst hand by a bit here, but a more playable hand, ace-5. He does outflop Sergi. Flop jack 6-5. He has bottom pair. Sergi has the ace-high, which is good sometimes, and the backdoor flush draw. So he's got a little something here too. About 20% to win the hand, but he doesn't know that. Bet of 800,000.
Also, last time he raised the button, he had Jack Deuce, and it's a Jack high board.
That's true.
You got to factor that in.
He's got a lot of hands here, and he will get called by worse, and it does offer protection for ace-5. But
Sergi's got to consider here. Do I want to continue with my backdoor diamonds and ace-high out of position, or do I just give up? And I like the call. I actually think it's good, even though we can see he's behind. This is what I would do as well. Turn is the 10 of diamonds. This is a card Sergi could consider leading, and I'm surprised he didn't. Now has the nut flush draw to go along with ace-high. Action back on Philip Gruesome here. And he's an interesting one as well. Do I bet and sort of kind of bluff my hand, or do I just check and hope I have the best of it? Does go for a check. River is a 4 of spades. Philip Gruesome has the best hand. Now another spot. Does Sergi want to turn his hand to a bluff or just win a showdown? And it's another in the middle. It's like there's a lot of close decisions in this hand.
like what misses, everything kind of gets there. So don't think you need to go for a huge sizing because you don't have time.
I think it's a check.
2.2, 2.2.
But he's going for some bet for some chips here. Looks like pot 4.5 million. 5 million. Overbets the pot. And
Chip in his hand straight away.
this is a suspicious Philip Gruesome, man. Look at that. He's suspicious. He knows what is going on here.
Flush,
He's not buying it.
maybe 7-8, but more just like a flush.
He's not buying it.
Probably why Phil's hesitating.
Oh, he's buying it. Oh, man. I was like, please. Please make the sick call, Sergi. Nice bluff. Taking down the pot.
Well, like if you bet 5 million, then you've got
22.2 million. 22.3 or so.
Over pot in that river, can you?
But I don't really like having two sizings in that spot. I don't think because one size is gonna. Let's do this bit.
So we are watching the $10,300 Caribbean poker party here. Checking it out. This did happen in November. We're going to be playing some online poker in about 30 minutes is when we're going to start. We have to put a delay on for that, but we're no delay right now. Thank you to anyone tuning in. If you're new here, hit the follow, and I hope you're having fun, man.
Yeah, makes sense.
Good times.
Guess,
So we're going to get back into the action.
Sergey's a wizard. Like
Yeah.
he's like an aggressive.
How many do we have remaining in the field? It should show us in a second. 65 left in the field. You can see the top left there. 65 out of 948.
Take more bluff lines than I do, but
Everyone guaranteed 35,000.
history with him in main event as well, where I made a ludicrous fold. But, I think
Philip now on the cutoff. Looks down at a beautiful King Jack of Diamonds. Oh, lovely hands. You gotta love the King Jack of Diamonds.
the other thing is it's live poker, and if you want to get it.
Scott in the
through
big blind.
every time,
7 of
like,
spades, 4
it's gotta
diamonds.
work, like a ridiculously high frequency. If you're not too worried, in live you can just throw theory out the window sometimes because.
Zelicious 7. Thanks for the good luck, man.
Like, the
I think I
season's
already said that, but thanks again.
pretty much 100%.
All right, King 4 deuce. Both players have something here. Philip Gruesome with the best of it. Top pair Jack kicker, and Scott flopping second pair.
Heads up
The pretty
versus
trashy hand.
or can defend, but in
What are the blinds?
play versus under the gun, small
I feel like they're 400K. I can't tell you right away. I'm going to wait till next hand. It's at least 150-300, but it might be 200-400 now.
1/4 of the pot.
Philip's going to bet 600,000 into 2.4 million. This is a pretty small bet. 1/4 pot. Scott calls. Turn is an 8 of spades.
On the turn.
I wonder if Scott will call the turn.
Philip still has the best of it here, and I'm assuming he's going to go for a bigger bet. If you think about the sorts of bluffs that could be in the spot, right?
A little stronger.
There's all the heart draws, and there's all the spade draws, and there's like the 7-8 suited, the 7-6 suited, 6-5 suited, the 7-5 suited. Those hands are going to be great as well to bluff in this spot. The queen high spades, the queen high hearts, the jack high spades, the jack high hearts. So I think you get to size for a big bet, and that's what we see Philip Gruesome do here. That's 3 million into 3.6 million. Scott correctly gets away. Quickly folds the pair of fours.
Everyone plays by the same book these days.
So I'll get those blinds for you in a second, my friend. Paul User.
Phil bought, but
Yeah, Phil wrote the book
Everyone's-
for everyone else, and then he
everyone's
decided
learning from the same
Exclamation mark today for the full details on this event. Here you go.
the romance come from the game.
I know.
Where's the magic?
The Jack 2 off opens and the King 2 off cold 4 bet because you feel like they're both full of
Yeah.
S.
We'll go back to the mid 2000s when 7 bets around and force
Yeah, everyone was just clicking bad buttons.
people folding getting like 8 to 1.
64 left in the field. Blinds are 200K, 400K with a 400K ante. There it is in the bottom right. We see John, who's been pretty tight thus far,
Last time it was a 1-card jam.
but he wakes up with a pretty big hand here with jacks.
Stronger hand.
He's going to decide, does he shove all in
Looks like he's
for 15 big blinds, or does he just raise? He does go for the all-in. I think this is fine. This is what I'd do as well. Full folds. Sergey folds, and or Sergey, Scott, Alex. Everyone folds. Nice hand, John. Nice aim. Scooping those chips up, man. He's been tight, but he's sticking around. Got what, 7 million now or so?
Who are we gonna get in this empty seat?
Each 20 stack of blue is 4 million, and then the pinks are 500k, so 4 million, 5 million, 5.5, and then the oranges back there, if I'm seeing correctly.
Is Martin still in? Martin Zamani? He makes it lively.
We have 68 of us registered in the Twitch Open for tonight as well. It's going to be fun. I'm already registered. Got to think about getting ready to fire up for the online session tonight as well. Let me see what we're getting ready for. Party Poker Billion Day 1, of course. That's in an hour and a half, so we'll fire that. Or an hour and a half left in late reg, actually. So we'll get right into that, and the 320 Gladiator, and the Twitch Open. 55 Daily Masters. Yeah, it'll be a good launch, man. It'll be good. Do you know any of the players in real life? I know a lot of them through the internet. Cranberries, I Splash Cranberries, the guy in Seat 8, I know through the internet. I feel like I've met Scott before, Seat 6. I definitely know him through the internet. Alex Foxen I've heard of, but never spoken with.
Who's not a Ludo fan?
I mean, it's tough not to hear of the guy.
He's good for the game. He's a good ambassador.
Philip Gruesome, I feel like I've played on his table for a short time at a European Poker Tour stop over the last 3 years or so, but not much. Looking down at friend of the stream, Jonathan, here with the Queen 10 of clubs against Alex's raise to 1.4 million. He's going to call. We're going to the flop. 3.2 million in the middle. Queen 6 deuce. All spades. We can see Jonathan has the best of it here. Alex Foxen with the 9-5 of clubs has bricked it. Let's see how this plays out. How many is back in the tourney? And do you know if there is any Dane? I don't know if there's any Danish players left. There's 64 players left in the tournament. Tesla Byte. There's no Danes at our table. But there might be some in the tournament. Hi, still with Becca? Yep. That's a weird way to say with Becca. You misspelled with and Becca, man. Alex, what's going on here, bro? Come on, Alex. With Becca with a K-A? Come on, Alex.
Club blue matches.
Here we go, the free play.
What a gamble.
You managed to turn it to real money?
I got $150. Nice. I know.
What is first? I don't actually know the first place prize yet. You can type exclamation mark payouts and it'll give you the payouts up until 10th. We're going to a turn. King of Diamonds on the turn. Action back on Alex Foxen, who has completely nothing here.
Club blue and Party Poker Live are hosting this event. If you want to come to the Bahamas and gamble some money, I'm sure they'll be willing to oblige.
Yeah, I had the $50 free play in it.
Yeah, that's what I had as well.
Yeah,
And I had the slot credit, the 50 slot.
Alex checks.
I gather that you get an extra 50 if you're Party Poker Live, which I wasn't
Yeah,
aware
that
of.
was it.
Action on Jonathan now with the second pair, 10 kicker.
At one point I was down 400.
Kind of interesting as to whether he wants to bet or not.
Right.
I wasn't going to quit down.
I think I'd bet.
Okay. That's not
But he goes
something
check.
I'm familiar with.
I figure it's really tough for Alex to check any kings, so sometimes you're going to value on yourself against a better queen.
But luckily, what I did
It's possible. Ace queen or queen jack.
no.
You know, sometimes there are going to be some slow plays as well from like flushes or whatever that might check on the turn, or even queen 6 or something like that. But
Yeah.
you're probably only going to get 2 streets of value anyways from your hand, so you might as well get it in the turn is my thinking. But
Out there, didn't see at the time.
he goes check check, which is fine too. It's not a huge thing.
For 50K and
And now on the river, I think he's going to get some more money here. Bet of 600 or 1.6 million
Put the trophy on
and
black.
Rob Young
165
was,
and a call.
generous enough to let him have a rake-free spin.
Yeah.
Shouts out to both those guys. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, it's a fun video. It obviously went viral.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It was
Yeah, Lab Bible and all those sorts.
And Ice Splash Cranberry's going to take it down.
millions of views in that video. I like this for the trophy just sitting on black.
Yeah.
And he got Rob Young to spin the ball.
Gonna
as well.
take it down.
It was a nice spectacle actually.
Yeah.
Jake busted me from that tournament.
Wow, Jay bust you and then when flick the whole lot of
Yeah.
black. That's
And
gonna,
I was like, oh right, great.
it's like that, is it?
Yeah. Oh, it's this guy.
We got a new player to the table, Nico Koop from Germany.
Nico with 9 big.
9 big blinds. Not a lot of chips, but I like the style of Nico already, man. I like the glasses. I like the shirt. I like the preemptive confidence. I'm a Nico fan. Welcome to the table, Nico. Good luck, man.
He's 3 million on day 1.
He's got 3 million now and he's still in. What have I
35k
done
locked up.
wrong? I was up to 5 million after the first hour as well on day 2. Felt so great. Then I lost it.
Sergi folds around to Scott with the ace-king of clubs.
Dempsey.
Says, I play. Raises it up to 900,000, I believe. Yep, there it is. Alex Foxen on the button with Jack-10. A hand he's probably going to want to play against the cutoff.
I guess he'll flat here, but only because they're like really
Can Foxen just muck without showing his cards there? What's the rule if you don't want to show? I think it depends on which tournament. In some places you can just muck,
getting pretty outlined.
but
So it's probably mandatory.
it probably depends. Some tournaments you have to show. It's a rule. Alex is going to 3-bet to 2.8 million.
A little over 3x.
2 deepest stacks of the table. Jonathan probably going to fold here in a second.
Yeah, it seems good against someone who's playing. You don't need to go as large if they're.
Nico going to fold back on Scott. I mean,
I think Scott's
it's a beautiful hand. The question for Scott is, do I want to play...
Can eat.
Yeah, no, he just wants to 4-bet, I think. Because Alex Foxen to start the hand has about 65 blinds. Cutoff burst button. Like, I think ace-king of clubs is a hand you're okay with playing all in if you need to at this point.
Little induced stroke.
You know, it's different if Alex also has like 45 million or something, but he quickly folds.
induced.
Scott's going to take it down.
He made it 7 million, not 10 million. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Dude.
It's good for future because then you can make more light 4-bets.
Right. So I mean, if we rip an ace king, then
But in
do
general,
an
Ace
ace-5
King
suited.
likes to shove out of position even insane amounts of chips.
right, maybe
Less so
maybe 4-bet
suited.
smaller with the ace king suited and maybe pile the ace king offs.
3-bet was a bit much from Alex, right?
Out of line as well.
I think it's okay. I think that's okay with the Jack-10.
You're kind of banking
Armanzo.
whacking
Like,
it.
to be honest, man, Alex Fox is another number 1 rated live tournament player in the world right now. That doesn't necessarily mean he's the best tournament player in the world, but he's got the most points in the leaderboard, right? So, incredibly experienced.
I think he would peel Ace Queen suited.
You know, I can give my own sensibilities on how I would play spots and stuff like that, but it's really difficult to confidently say that any of these guys are doing things wrong. It's just they're a bunch of really great players. But I'll give my take. I think the 3-bet with Jack-10's fine. It's an interesting balance, you know? Like, it's... I don't agree with Rosty in the chat either. You know, second-guessing Alex Fox and, you know, baseball him. I don't think you can treat anyone like a deity like that, you know? Like, you can't just take any play and just be like, no, it's this guy, like, he's always right. I don't think that's true. You being your own person, but then you also have to, like, try and be objective about their experience in relation to your own. And, like,
You really want to.
weight your own opinion based on that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I strongly believe this, but, like, we've got to factor in their opinion, and it might be worth 3 times our own, and put those two together, you know? It's both. It's interesting. Doing poker commentary is interesting.
That's gone quick.
The thing that's frustrating about it is when you, if you're to do commentary on, like,
It's almost taken ages.
hockey
Been here for
or
7
something,
minutes, it's gone pretty quick.
if there's a goal, someone's made a mistake. It's like, if you do something and something good happens, you made a good move. If you do something bad and something bad happens, you made a bad move. That's not true in poker, right? Because there's variance and short-term luck and things where you do the right thing and the wrong thing happens. So it's hard to commentate sometimes. Because you can't just be like, oh, he won the pot, he did the right things.
Should be really good. If I think about it, it might get bad.
I remember looking at the schedule
Yeah.
for that actually. I thought I saw this is an odd one to clash
Yeah,
with.
exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna be tired tomorrow.
Alex Fox is going to raise in the hijack. Jonathan now in the cutoff. Very well playable hand with the Jack-10 of clubs, but he's got to worry about the reshove stack, the 2 reshove stacks behind. So that's difficult here.
The planning.
Just going to bed. At
Um,
yeah.
Oh, I don't really like this. I guess I would. Ooh.
No, Jonathan.
Yeah, I don't know which I like. I don't know if I like folding or calling or 3-betting with the Jack 10 of clubs. I really don't know. Like, I guess fold because you are against a really great player, so it's a thin spot. But raise and a shove all in for 6 big blinds, and it's ace-4 against king-queen.
Justice if king-queen suited loses here.
What time are you playing poker? In about 15 minutes.
And it's the clubs as well. It should be a lot.
It is Nico.
Nico's well there.
9-6-4, all hearts. Nico needs a king or a queen. Four clubs not going to do it. Oh, no. Yeah, 4 clubs makes him trip. Sorry. I didn't realize he had a... I didn't realize Alex had trip 4s. There you go. GG to Nico. Short stay at the feature table. Alex Foxen picking up more chips, man.
I mean, honestly, it might cancel.
26.3 million, 66 big blinds.
That's the gut to get over there.
Yeah, I know.
66 big blinds in this tournament. Day 3 of the $10,300 Caribbean Poker Party that took place November 2019. Originally broadcast on Poker Go. Released by Party Poker just recently. We're giving our own spin, releasing it on the Twitch streets for the first time with our commentary, man. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it. But we are going to have to cut off the coverage here. Let's give it 2 more hands. 2 more hands, we'll cut off the coverage. Because tonight we had the Twitch Open on Party Poker, $11 buy-in. We're also going to be playing the $320 Gladiator Knockout. We've cashed 2 days in a row. Can we make it 3? We're going to try. We also had the $215 Party Poker Million tonight. And getting some hands in, getting some reps in before the KO series, which all kicks off tomorrow. 2 $1,000 buy-ins tomorrow, 2 $500 buy-ins tomorrow, 2 $300 buy-ins tomorrow, and more. Those are just the feature events. So it's going to be a big session. We're going to be in for $5,000, $6,000, and hopefully we come out ahead.
They shut it down.
I think it was penultimate night. I got to the pool and I was like, why is nobody in the pool? Like, everyone's sort of hanging around the pool, but it was like a nice warm evening. And the reply was,
What's Twitch Open? It's an $11 buy-in, BG Baxter, where all of the Party Poker Team Online streamers have a $25 bounty on their head, all of them that play.
What is there like?
It's sort of like the weekly open tournament for anyone that plays on Party Poker. They can use that as their home game.
Red
It's the Twitch community tournament, basically.
sirens go off.
Whoa, okay. We've got action here. Raise from Sergi.
Jack,
Alex is going to call with the jacks. John goes to the squeeze with ace king.
dropping it in from behind.
I mean, Alex slow playing with the jacks here. Here we go. Jacks against ace king.
Lots of hooks out there.
This is a moment in time. One more hand after this.
One of both.
I'm getting into poker and know the fundamentals, but would you be able to run through the positions for me? Nom Destroyer. Sure, man.
King-queen suited is
We've got it all in sweat here, but
then offsuit ace king, but
I'll take a 8-handed table, right?
some
9-7 deuce. John needs an ace or a king.
he could hit some stuff.
Let's just sweat this hand first.
This is how he does it, huh?
It looks like it's the Foxen show today. I'm going to go out and jinx
Doesn't
him.
lose.
He's got this one home easy.
8 on the end. Alex Fox is going to take it down. John is busted. GG in 63rd. I think 35,000
10, 5,
for his finish. I'm pretty sure 35K exclamation mark payouts. So there you go. Nice pot going to Foxed. John Gorsuch
Eliminated.
is eliminated.
35.
So the positions at the poker table, man.
the life of Alex Fox.
So you have the small blind and the big blind, right? And those are the rotating spots at the table that have to pay money to play every hand, right? And beside the blinds, there's the button. They have the dealer button in front of them. That's why it's called the button. So they are the third last to act before the flop, and then after the flop, they're the last person to act. So it's the most powerful position at the table because it's free and you got position on people. Beside the button, there is the cutoff. Beside the cutoff, there's the hijack. Beside the hijack, there's middle position. Sometimes it'll be referred to as under the gun +3 as well. But middle position, basically. And then under the gun +2, or under the gun +1, or under the gun. It depends. If you're 8 or 9-handed, there's going to be different amounts, but it's just under the gun is first to act. The button, the cutoff, the hijack, small blind, big blind. You'll pick it up as he goes, well, man. These are all just terminology, but it's really just important to understand the engine underneath, anyways. You know, the button's better than the cutoff. Cutoff's better than middle position. Middle position is better than under the gun.
Certain amount of fly debris allowed in food.
All right, this is the last hand we're gonna do in the online or in the live session here. So let's hope for a good one. We've got nothing yet.
But he's a field player.
Then we're gonna switch to the online format.
Jack 2 off once.
We can't end on this. It's got to be one more. It's got to be one more.
Yeah.
We can't end on this.
I'm not even sure if any of these guys are checking.
We can't end on a walk.
Well, Sergey and Scott have been exchanging information.
Where do you suggest me to start learning really, really good this game, like books or websites? I think Twitch and YouTube is a great spot to start. If you're relatively new to poker, like you've started playing in the last month, for example, or you're just looking into it, Twitch and YouTube is great. Eventually, you'll want to look at paid training sites to become elite and get really good advice and invest in yourself, but you're in a good spot to start. See, I don't think Raise Your Edge is a good choice if you're 1 month into poker. I think it's too early. You know, I don't think it's for a total beginner. I think Raise Your Edge is good when you've already played a little bit and you want to become elite at the game. Yashar, dropping the sub. Thank you very much, Yashar. I appreciate that. Welcome to the team. Hearts out in the chat for that subscription. Thank you, dude. All right, this is going to be the last hand, and then we're going to switch to online poker. All right? Now, I have to start up the delay with online poker because we are playing real money tournaments, and I can't show my whole cards to my opponents. So the screen is going to be blank for you for about 5 minutes, but please stick around, please. I always go from like 1,000 viewers to like 300, and then I have to build it up again. Come on, chat. Please stick with me, man. Philip Gruesome with the raise. Mark going to call. All right, we've got a banger for the last hand. This is nice, man. Sergi. The 5-3, nope. Scott folds in the big blind as well. All right. To the flop. Mark has got Philip Gruesome dominated and is also in position. The flop is Jack 8 Ace. Very interesting here. Mark has second pair. Philip Gruesome has third pair. Philip Gruesome also has a backdoor club draw. So, dicey. Dicey spot.
Start betting and don't stop. Is that the play?
Depends on run out.
Philip bets 1 million into 2.8.
It's pretty terrible for us.
About a third of the pot, small bet.
Jack 9, just in general, Jack is the worst turn card.
I don't know if you get more charge from apprentice to the full masterclass, because I just had the full masterclass from the start, so I'm not sure.
This is pretty bad. Maybe barrel all sorts of other stuff.
Okay, bet and a call, which you'd expect. Like, you know, Mark's not going anywhere yet, so we're gonna go to the turn, which is an 8. Philip Gruesome with the trip 8s now. Mark in trouble.
Can't see Mark call.
Second pair 9 kicker. He's probably not very afraid of that card, but he should be.
You don't block any of the draws, and they probably bet if they have a draw. And they don't do much checking with an ace, and you probably get every jack to fold. So I'm starting to like checking.
And a check. He says, I check. That didn't help me. I check, he says. It makes sense, though,
Showdown.
because I think that Mark is going to have more 8s than Philip. We can, of course, see the roles are reversed here, but if we didn't know either hole card, right, and you had to ask a poker pro who has more trips in this spot, it would be the button over the preflop raiser. But it goes check, check. We can see Mark has a hand he doesn't want to play big pot with. Philip Gruesome now on the river, 7 of clubs.
Now Phil can go for some pot.
Does he try and get value from an ace and a jack, specifically a jack, or does he check? Because if he checks, I think an ace is going to bet, right?
4 millions.
So he needs to decide what is the likely hand that Mark has. And if he bets here, I think he thinks Mark has a jack.
Does go pot.
Wow, pot size bet, 5 million. 5 million bet. What's interesting here as well on the 7 is that 9-10 straight draw gets there.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
9-10 is one hand, I guess.
Pretty dang sick, man.
Like, how often is Phil just going for it? Just air blood.
I mean, we can of course see he should fold, but I understand his thought process here of like, can I get away from my hands? Spades miss. You're saying you have an 8 and you bet an 8 on the flop as opposed to checking it. Shove Jack 9. Don't do that. Jack 9 is a good enough bluff catcher to just call. I don't think you need to shove.
Bringing in his racks. Jesus.
And he folds. Good folds. He's made the right moves there.